I appreciate you guys for doing what you do and supporting a brother. It's all good. All right, so first things first, I Papa. Well, let me stop that. But I did want to actually address something. One of the subscribers that has checked out my show, and actually they checked out my show via DJ Just Jay's recommendation. So, with that being said, I got an email from somebody who saw the show. And what they did was what I welcome any and everybody to do. I was like really pleased that somebody thought enough about the platform, thought enough about things that I say to actually write in. And they actually gave a good comment via email, and I was like, wow, I'm really impressed. So, without further ado, I'm going to read it. Now, I don't know if that person wants me to reveal their name, so I won't. So, I'm going to just read it. So, it says, greetings, Brian. I am a recent subscriber to your channel. Thank you so much. Found out about your channel from watching DJ Just Jay as I was following him as I was interested in the Camille McKinney case because I live outside of Birmingham. Cool. I know we will not agree on everything, and that's okay. Absolutely. This email will be regarding your video on Judge Kemp and your views on separation of church and state. It is my belief on the matter that that what does that say? That as we were trying to start that wasn't the person who wrote it. That's my eyes. Trying to start this country and get out from under the rule of England, that the real and true reason was not to force religion on citizens as England had done. People wanted to choose their own religion or even have the freedom not to believe in a religion. In England, the government decided what religion people would be. And if they didn't believe that way, they could not be judged or hold political office, etc. Separation of church and state was never intended to keep the church out of government, but to keep the government out of church. I'm going to read that part again. Separation of church and state was never intended to keep the church out of government, but to keep the government out of church. Here's the link, and they sent the link about church and state. And then many people dislike religion, and several made such comments in the chat of that during the video. I mean, during the show. Christians are called hypocrites and laughed at because of our beliefs in the Holy Bible and how we are supposed to lead our lives, including forgiveness, sharing the word, and praying. We believe in heaven and hell. We believe we are all sinners. We believe God will forgive any sincere person that repents. We want all people to have eternal life in heaven. Bottom line is, I believe you have an important message that needs to be heard. Therefore, I will continue to subscribe even though I have to stomach unkind words about my God and sometimes law enforcement. There are people that hate the police, and my son is now attending the police academy. He's also in the National Guard. What a heart of service he has. I'm so proud yet scared at the same time because no one respects the blue anymore. I put it in God's hands. I wish you success on your platform and channel. Press on. Regards. And then the person signed. So, with that being said, I appreciate the fact that that you reached out and wrote what you wrote. It really means a lot. I definitely respect that. So thank you so much for even thinking enough about what you had saw to where you were encouraged to or inspired to actually write in. So here's my thing. I guess the only thing that I kind of like wanted to like really speak on is the part where you say many people dislike religion, and several people made comments in the chat. And one of my things about religion, and even more specific, Christianity, and those people that are Christians, it's what you're saying is true. I'm not going to dispute that. However, I will dispute that what you're saying and what is the actual reality when it comes to Christianity in today's church I do personally have a problem with that. A lot of the things that you stated about saying Christians are called hypocrites and laughed at because our beliefs in the Holy Bible and are now supposed to, and how we are supposed to lead our lives, including forgiveness, sharing the word and praying. Those are some of the founding core principles of Christianity. And I agree with you. However, I think that the problem or the rub or the disagreement may come into play is when you have that not being displayed. So being a Christian, I believe, it's a consistent work in progress. You are a work in progress. And I believe that there are things that, Christians don't have all the answers. Christians don't always get it right. And it's a thing of saying, hey, today you might have a great walk in Christianity and the next day you may not. So it's a thing that's constantly changing. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Sometimes you're doing the Christ-like thing, sometimes you don't. My problem with this is in the church, it is such a huge problem because a lot of the people that have been in church, so those Christians that have been in church all their lives and have grown up in the church, or those people that are newly found in the church, they don't see the Christ-like example from those members that are always have been in the church, which causes you to look like a hypocrite. So I think that's part of the reason why there is such a harsh criticism at times when it comes to Christianity or Christians in the church, because you can see clearly day in and day out well-versed, well-seasoned Christians not walking the walk, but they're steady talking the talk. It's just like you see a lot of old Christians. You see a lot of old Christians, I'm not saying old like they've been a Christian for a long time, but old people that get into the church. So those people that have been whores and whoremongers, thieves and drug dealers, drug users, drug pushers, they've lived their life of sin, and now once they've hit that benchmark of 50 and they too old to be out there in them streets, then they come into the church, and now they're going to live this uber holy life. The most holiest of holiest people are now going to live this walk. So the first 3/4 of my life, I was a sinner, a heathen, a wretch, and I did not deserve to live amongst others. But now that I'm in the 4th quarter, and in some cases, I'm in the 2-minute drill, with my football analogy, at the end of my life, now I'm not only going to live a Christian life, but I'm going to live a perfect Christian life and condemn all others who aren't doing as I am. That's a huge problem in today's church. The other part to that is the preachers. You have these preachers that don't have integrity. You have these preachers that don't live Christ-like. You have these preachers that will do and say anything to keep their members coming in and to keep them tithes rolling in. It causes a whole nother level of hypocrisy when you have the set man, or some cases set woman of the house, not living that life but preaching on it every single Sunday. So it's like I've seen both sides of the table. I've seen preachers that have lived trifling lives, and the things that you've seen them or heard about them doing and the places that they've gone and places that they've been, you would say, how can you come into church on Sunday and then get up in this pulpit and preach? And then I've seen the other side. I've seen some, it's only been a handful, but I've seen some preachers that live a life of integrity, that live that Christian life, where you don't hear about them in the newspapers. You don't hear the scandals. And I'm talking, and I ain't talking about just new preachers. I'm talking about preachers that's been around for 20, 30 years, and they have walked the walk and talked the talk. Problem is, it ain't enough of them. So the scale is tipped like this. So when you're talking about those type of things, it does cause for that type of scrutiny, if you will, to receive that. And people will say those things because they see what happens. And yes, in today's world, everything that's negative and everything that is bad is always amplified. That's the world we live in. But I think that we need to be able to have conversations like this to where you can call it both ways, where you can call it fair. But I do think that there is a lot that's going on in today's church that wasn't even going on 20 years ago, let alone 30, 40, and 50 years ago. Back in the 60s, you know, a preacher doing good with just a Cadillac and their house. And that's it. And we talking about a preacher that's getting taken care of by his parishioners. Now, you got preachers more caught up into getting private jets and getting Bentleys and Rolls Royces and Lamborghinis, and get the Lamborghini truck, and every new vehicle that come out, every new red bottom that come out, they got to have it when they living off the people. Now, if you are, and this is what I definitely prefer, going to a church where the preacher is bivocational, where that preacher has their job and they doing their thing, like a T.D. Jakes. He writing books. He going and preaching in other places. He doing his thing. That man can have anything he want. If he want to buy a globe, if he want to buy his own planet, go right ahead. He want to get a space shuttle, that's fine, because he got his own money. But when you hear people criticize the church and they say, well, man, you got a bunch of people in your church, you got 5,000 parishioners, and those parishioners are struggling. Their median income is $50,000 a year, but you got the preacher living $1 million lifestyle and he ain't got no other job. Not to hate on him, but that's something that somebody can actually point out and actually criticize. It's something that you can do that. If you ain't making your own money and you living way above your flock, you living way above your sheep, hey, when have you ever heard of a shepherd having his sheep and he ain't living on the same grounds as the sheep? He live in a house and the sheep are outside in the pasture, but he ain't all the way 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 miles up the road on top of a hill in a palace and then coming down once a week to tend to his sheep. He ain't doing that. So it's like those are things that I'm not saying what's right or wrong. I'm just telling you what people see, and 1 + 1 = 2. So for somebody to have a problem with that, or to criticize that, or as you said, laugh in it or whatever, I don't think it's more so of the beliefs of Christianity. I just think it's more so of the people actually living Christianity. And it's hard to do. It is hard to do, but I don't think that people see that part, and I think that's why people say the things that they say. Because if they did see that part, they would, even when those people that do come into the church, they would see it and then they would understand it. When you see integrity, then you understand it. When you see the welcoming spirit, when you see the forgiveness, when you see the church where they not in cliques, when you walk in, won't nobody speak to you, but you hear them talking about you. Where's the Christianity in that? And yes, people will always say, well, in church, everybody ain't perfect. You right. But when you have a group of people, and this is one of the things about Christianity, when you have a group of people and these people know better and they're not doing better, that is a problem. That is a huge problem. You got people that's been going to church for 20, 30 years, and they have a great preacher, preaching the message, preaching the word, preaching what's right and wrong, telling them what to do, and they still doing them. They still doing it that way like they out in the world. That's a bad look for not just the church. That's a bad look for Christians. And it's more of them living like that and doing that than it is the other way around. So it's like, if you want people to give you the just due of your religion, if you want them to really look and see what your religion really is, give them a real display and a real look at what it is. Display it, live it, walk it, talk it. But we have a huge problem doing that as Christians. Christians have a huge problem doing that. And those people and people that are watching this may not be watching it now, but Put it in the comment section if you've been to church and you've had an unchristian-like experience on a consistent basis. Not just once, but on a consistent basis. And I'm just telling you what I've seen. But the thing is this. Here's the other side of the Christianity thing. And for those of us that may be Christians, that's thinking about Christianity, and this is something that a lot of times, a lot of preachers won't preach this unless they do have integrity, unless they do keep it 100, unless they do preach the actual Bible. When you're talking about the church is here. Church is in you. You come to church to fellowship, to praise God, and to worship. But all of that is in you. Your prayer life and your prayer and being able to praise and all that stuff, that's in you. You are the church. So wherever you go as a Christian, so does the church. So when you a Christian and you go into the strip club, that's where you taking the church. So you go in there, you oot. Just because don't nobody see you, that still don't mean that you ain't taking the church there. And no, like I said, I don't believe that everybody is perfect. I don't believe that everybody lives a perfect life. But if we just had that concept alone, hey, we come to church just to say, hey, people of like mind, we believe the same thing. So we come together to support each other and to help each other and to learn from each other. A lot of people don't know this. I was just taught this a few years back. Shout out to my brother Danny. Thank you so much for educating me. But he taught me he said, people don't realize this, but the word church is Hebrew for hospital. So it's a place where sick people come. And when people are sick and they come to this place, then there should be some type of progressive healing, some type of progressive care that is given to help these people. However, when you have sick people that don't know they sick or don't care about them being sick and they spread that sickness, then what do you have? You have what you see in a lot of churches today. It's just like somebody who got a cold. Just think about somebody who gets sick and got a cold at your job or at an event or at a function and they coughing and covering their mouth. Pisses you off, don't it? Why? Because they spreading germs. They spreading their sickness. And they know they sick, but they don't care. And they even, some instances, they like to the point to where, hey, I hope people, get sick. I got it. They should get it. So just imagine that type of mentality. When you have people that come and know, hey, it's not nice or polite. It's impolite to look somebody in their face or to see somebody walk past you and not even speak. And you don't speak because you don't know them, or you don't speak because of how they dress, or you don't speak because of how they smell, or you don't speak because of what they said to you 2 years ago and you still mad, and they don't even know that you mad, but you still mad, so that's why you ain't speaking. Or because they got the solo in the choir on the song 2 Easters ago and you didn't, but you won't go and be Christ-like and make up with your brother and have that conversation with your brother or sister. So that's just my thing with how people look at that kind of stuff and why people feel the way they feel and why people say the things that they do say about the church. And the only way that you can fix it, the only way that you can turn it around, is it got to be more Christians living Christ-like than it ain't. And that comes from doing things like this. You see a Christian doing something that ain't Christ-like, calling it out. You see one of your brothers or your sisters doing something that ain't Christ-like, you call it out. Not just when you come to church on Sundays and Bible study on Tuesday and choir rehearsal on Thursday. But you calling it out any and everywhere. You calling it out when you see them cussing somebody out at the service counter at Walgreens. You call it out when you see them cussing somebody out at the gas station or wherever the case may be. That's just what it is. And that's my things. And I think that, you may kind of be offended when people say those things about the church because you are a Christian, but you really can't. You have to take that step back and look at it and say, well, why are these people saying the things that they say? Could it be some validity to it? Because one of the biggest problems that we have as people is that we don't want to be called out. And once we get called out, because we know what that means, once you get called out, especially when it's true, now you don't want it. Now you have to change. Now you have to correct that behavior, which is why so many people talk crazy and act crazy about Tommy. That's one of the little signs I got up here. I'm going to tell you, this statement changed my life. Truth sounds like hate to people who hate the truth, because they don't want to be held accountable for their actions. They really and truly and honestly don't want to do what it takes to change, to become a better version of themselves. And that's what all Christians should want to do or want to become. That should be that charge. How can I become a better version of myself today? I understand what happened 2 years ago at the Easter service, but how can I be better than I was then today? I was mad at Sister Odell 2 years ago. How can I not be mad at Sister Odell today? So that's all I had to really say about that. I didn't want to go too far into it, but I definitely want to say thank you to the person that wrote me, and anybody else that got something like that they want to say, please do that. And the whole thing about the separation of church and state, because she was talking about Tammy Kemp, is that this. My thing was her preaching and ministering to that woman. It was improper because you don't do that in court. It was improper, and I had a problem with it because she don't do that in court. Now, if that's something that Mammy Two Shoes was known for doing, I wouldn't even trip. I'd be like, hey, she's doing what she's been doing. It just so happened that there was cameras at this time. But ain't nobody else came forward and said, oh, she did that to me. She went and got me a Bible because I said I ain't know nothing about Jesus and she saved me. We went and prayed in the back office and all. She was grandstanding to get notoriety, to get publicity, to do all these things that she did in a case to where somebody died and to where somebody lost their life because of another person's negligence. And if you gonna be a Christian about that, I really ain't gonna challenge it if you do that. The fact that you don't do that, oh yeah, I got a problem with it. I had a problem with her doing that because she don't. And I guarantee you can go back and do a FOIA request. Like I said in that video, go do a FOIA request and look at the videotapings of her other sentencing. And I bet you'll see her sending plenty of niggas, plenty of Mexicans, plenty of Asians, plenty of whoever else to jail without no Bibles, without coming down out the stand, hugging and doing their hair and doing all that nonsense, and then coming on the show on Tamron Hall and lying, saying what it was, what it wasn't, when we all saw what it was. It was insulting. It was insulting. So that's why I had the problem with her, because like I said, if she had a stack of them Bibles and she said, hey, I know this may be offensive to you or it may not be, but I give Bibles to everybody I send to jail. I get it. I give Bibles to everybody that I give a warning to. I get it. She's being a Christian and she's preaching the gospel and she's trying to evangelize. And if her constituents got a problem with that, because she's an elected official, they got a problem with that, they vote her out. But she don't do what she did to Amber Geiger. She don't do that to everybody. And Amber Geiger not only killed that man in cold blood in his house, but she killed him and knew she killed him and wanted him to die because she didn't want him to testify. That's all. So, with that being said, let's move on. Let's continue. So, if you have not seen or have not heard, eyes haven't seen, ears haven't heard. Now I'm getting preachy. Let me stop. If you haven't seen or haven't heard the Rickey Smiley confrontation at the airport, yep, I said airport, then I'm going to play that for you so you can see it. So let me frame this up. Y'all see the frame? Y'all see the frame I got right there, that little frame? Yeah, thank you, DJ. Appreciate you. I'm going to frame this up for you and just pretty much tell you what happened. So what happened was, Rickey Smiley's on a plane, and this young lady right here, she comes and she asks him for an autograph. However, she did this while cornering him in his seat on the airplane while after the plane had landed and was taxiing on the runway to get to the the little gate to where they get off. She actually came and sat herself next to this dude and cornered him to try to get him to take a selfie and to say happy birthday to her cousin who is dying of stage 4 cancer. And the fact that Rickey Smiley didn't do it right then and there, she had a problem, and Rickey tried to set her straight, but we gonna see if that happens. So, without further ado, let's do this.
Now go ahead. Tell them what happened.
My cousin is dying of cancer.
Right.
I'm from New York. I just wanted Rickey Smiley to say happy birthday.
Let me ask you a question.
Can you
I got this thing here, and then I got to change that thing there. And I believe it's this little thing right here that's calling me not to have that thing there. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear this.
please say happy birthday to Bunky?
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
So when you asked me, I said yes, right?
But you said I have to email you.
I'm just asking you a question.
But you said I had to email you.
I'm asking you a question.
I just wanted you to say happy birthday to my cousin
I
that's
got
a fan.
that. And what did I say?
You said I had to email you.
I said what? I said yes, right?
So can you say happy birthday to Bunky?
No. Don't skip past that.
Okay.
And you said, wait a minute, hold on, come here, because y'all like to put me.
No, I'm not putting you here. I just wanted you to say happy birthday.
When we was getting out the plane, you came and sat in the empty seat next to me. You cornered me.
No, you told me
I
to
said,
shh, and
yes.
I didn't let nobody know that I was on the plane with Rickey Smiley.
And
then you said you'll take a picture with me.
Right.
And then I just want you to say
So
happy birthday.
Here's the thing. Listen, can you listen for 2 seconds? I don't do what everybody asks me. Listen, you're not listening. I can't help you if you don't listen. You want me to say happy birthday to your cousin, right?
Terrible. And then I can't even change. Is it gonna let me change it here? Nope. Boy, I tell you one thing. I am glad that this is getting figured out now as opposed to getting figured out doing a really busy stream.
Now go ahead. Tell them what happened.
My cousin is dying of cancer.
Right.
I'm from New York. I just wanted Rickey Smiley to say happy birthday.
Let me ask you a question.
Can you please say happy birthday to Bunky?
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
So when you asked me, I said yes, right?
But you said I have to email you.
I'm just asking you a question.
But you said I had to email you.
No, I'm asking you a question.
I just wanted you to say happy birthday.
Okay. All right, that's there. And now that should be fixed. Y'all should be able to hear me now. And then there should be the echo, and I should take that echo off with switching this. Yes. Okay, now I'm going to try to play this goddamn video one more again. And hopefully this works.
Now go ahead. Tell them what happened.
My cousin is dying for cancer.
Right.
I'm from...
Now go ahead. Tell them what happened.
My cousin is dying for cancer.
Right.
I'm from New York. I just wanted Rickey Smiley to say happy birthday.
Let me ask you a question.
Can you please say happy birthday to Bunky?
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
So when you asked me, I said yes, right?
But you said I have to email you.
I'm just asking you a question.
But you said I had to email you.
No, I'm asking you a question.
I just wanted you to say happy birthday to my cousin that's a fan.
That. And what did I say?
You said I had to email you.
I said what? No. I said yes, right?
So can you say happy birthday to Bunky?
Do you see that?
Don't skip past that.
Okay.
And you said, wait a minute, hold on, come here, because y'all like to put me.
No, I'm not putting you here.
Now what he did was he went live because my bad, I did change that. He went live because she went live. Because once he told her, he said, look, just email me and I'll do it. I don't have a problem with doing it, but just email me. She then went live and started dogging him, talking about don't support him. He did this. He wouldn't do this for my cousin who died, and he a fan. I'm a fan. She went in on live. So he went live literally to fucking counteract what the hell she was doing. And then he's trying to have a conversation with her, and she ain't even hearing shit. She's literally just like talking, and he's like, wait, I'm asking you a question. And she, no, I just want to do it, and I just wanted you to. And I get the fact that, hey, this is somebody that you're a celebrity. I mean, you're a fan of. He's a celebrity. It's exciting. But you still have to realize that celebrities are fucking people. They have lives. And I am one of the first people to say, hey, this is the life you've chosen. It's certain shit that certain things that you just don't have a right to, like privacy to a certain degree. However, it ain't that he told her no. He was just telling her how to do it. No, bitch, I don't want to stop right now and have you record me, give a shout out to your cousin and say happy birthday to your cousin. I'm not about to do that right now. I will record it and and he even says, I will call it. And now here you go. But she just ain't trying to hear it. Mike Mack, don't be a dick. You got it now, Tommy Jr. See what niggas do? This is what niggas do. But that's my point. How come you just can't let somebody do what they're going to do for you the way they want to do it? Why do you get to tell them how the hell they do it?
Asking you a question.
But you said I had to email you.
No, I'm asking you a question.
I just wanted you to say happy birthday to my cousin that's a fan.
That. And what did I say?
You said I had to email you.
I said what? No, I said yes, right?
So can you say happy birthday to Bunky?
No, don't skip past that.
Okay.
And you said, wait a minute, hold on, come here, because y'all like to put me.
No, I'm not putting you here. I just wanted you to say happy birthday.
When we was getting out of the plane, you came and sat in the empty seat next to me. You cornered me.
No, you told me
I
to
said,
shh, and I didn't let nobody know that I was on the plane with Rickey Smiley. And then you said you would take a picture with me.
Right.
And then I just want you to say happy birthday.
Here's the thing. Listen, can you listen for 2 seconds? I don't do what everybody asks me. Listen, you're not listening. I can't help you if you don't listen. You want me to say happy birthday to your cousin, right?
Hey, you know what, Billy Goat? That was my first mind, but I want to see if Mike Mack gonna really just be a dick after I called him out on it, because that shit was uncalled for. But I'm just gonna see how if he's gonna be a man and apologize and keep it going, or if he's gonna persist or insist on being an asshole. We'll see. So just hang tight.
Do you still want me to say happy birthday? Okay, listen,
Rickey
I
Smiley.
love you too, but listen, I don't do everything the way people want me to do it. Listen, when they want me.
So this is your celebrity, and he's one of your biggest fans. You supposed to be one of his biggest supporters, and he's trying to have a conversation with you and explain it to you, but you really don't want to hear it. And that was what was so surprising to me. It's like if I met a celebrity that I really like and I'm a really big fan of, like for instance, I'm a huge fan of Samuel Jackson. If I met Samuel Jackson, I ain't gonna do no screaming or no shit like that. But I'm gonna want that selfie. I'm gonna want that autograph or whatever the case may be because he's my favorite actor. But if he's telling me something or he's trying to have a conversation with me, I'm not going to be an asshole and just not let him speak and not hear what it is he's trying to tell me. I'm just not going to be that guy. I'm going to say, oh, my bad, Sam. I didn't know you was tired. I didn't know you was sick. I apologize, man. But I want to approach him a whole different way. That's all I'm saying. We all good, Mike, Mac.
What I said was, I said I would do that for your cousin. But what I said was, email me. I gave you my email, and I was going to call him, but I wasn't going to do it in the middle of the airport, right? That's what I said. Now, why is it that we get mad, and all of a sudden you say you're not
mad. I'm disappointed.
You're disappointed.
And here's what he just told you. So you wanted him to do it right here on the goddamn tarmac. You wanted him to do it right there in his seat on the airplane. He tells you, no, I'm not going to do that. So basically, I'm not your fucking performing fucking pony. I'm not your fucking stage monkey to do whatever the fuck you want me to do when you want me to do it just because you like what I do. I'm willing to still give you what you're asking for. I'm going to do it my way. And I'm going to request that you email me the person's name and their information so I'll have it right so I can go ahead and do it. That's what he's trying to tell her. And she still comes back by saying, no, I'm just disappointed. Why would you be disappointed? Not because he's not going to give you what you asking for, but because of the way he won't do it. And it seems so odd to me that a person would think, not only because I like you and I support you, I'm a fan of yours, not only do you need to do my request, give me my request or grant me my request, but you need to do it the way I'm telling you to do it. It's like, I don't understand how she could put that together and then be like, hey, this is what I'm telling you to do. And if you don't do it this way, then I'm going to be disappointed. How you going to be disappointed because I'm not doing what you want me to do? Not when, but the way and when you want me to do it. That's just beyond me.
Because you didn't get your way exactly the way you wanted.
It's just that my cousin is
dying. I said, is he dying right now?
That's why I'm here.
I got you. I said I'm going to do it.
He's in stage 4 cancer.
I got it.
And he likes you.
Listen.
And I just wanted you to say happy birthday.
I just buried my sister.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Okay, now listen.
Now there you go. Maybe I didn't want to do it right now because I'm not at my best. Maybe I don't want to create something for you that you gonna probably play on social media. You gonna put on your Facebook, your Instagram, your Tumblr, whatever the hell else you got. Maybe I don't want to do that right now because I'm not gonna be the best version of myself. And then because if he do a half-ass video, or if he do a video that don't seem like it's what she thought it would be, what's she gonna do? She gonna dog his ass. He gave me an old whack ass video. Happy birthday to my dying cousin. That shit, he was flat. He seemed like he really didn't want to do it. Boy, I tell you, celebrities, they really be acting funny. You think you know somebody, what you see on TV ain't who they really are in person. It's like, man, you know, some people, they get so big headed, and that's what she would have did. So he's giving her an opportunity to say, hey, look, I'm going to give you what you want. Just let me do it the way I need to do it so I can give you the best version of myself. She disappointed, and that ain't enough. And he shouldn't have to tell her, I just buried my sister.
Listen,
say happy birthday.
I just buried my sister.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
He shouldn't have to tell you that. You should just give the man enough space and enough respect to say, okay, Rickey, thank you, man. I trust and hope that you do it. Please do it for me. Don't forget about me. And be on your way.
So you're not the only one going through something.
I know.
And I said I was going to do it when I get home in my quiet, private time and make the video and email it back to you, right? That's what I said.
What's your email?
But you can't get mad. Listen,
I'm not mad.
You can't get disappointed.
Okay.
If things don't go your way, the way that you want them to go. When
And now she's just like laughing at it. It's like, and it's a thing to where, so I correct you. I clearly point out to you where you fucked up, where you went wrong. And then I even took it a step further and explained to you why I'm not trying to do this right now. Which would have been the perfect opportunity for her to back up and say, wow, I didn't look at it that way. I didn't see it from your perspective. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Let me move on and get out your way. It's like so many, and it's not just a black woman thing. This is a black people thing. We have this thing to where we don't want to get corrected. And then when we do get corrected to where they can't dispute it, we hate to go back and acknowledge it and just say, damn, dog, you was right. Damn, I fucked up. Man, I'm sorry. Matter of fact, I got a perfect example, and let me even tie this into practicing what you preach. Today, when I got home, I made a remark and I made a comment about somebody in my family or to somebody in my family and didn't realize that the person that I made the comment about was deceased. If the person was still alive, it would have been a funny joke, but I was negligent and did not really remember that the person had passed, but I still made the comment to the person. And even when my wife was trying to help me and telling me that the person was deceased, I still didn't get it. I misread her lips and said the comment twice. After I got off the phone, she then corrected me. And you know what I did? I said, damn, you right. I fucked up. And I immediately got my phone and I text the person, hey, my wife just corrected me. I am a dumbass. I apologize. It wasn't my intention. If I did upset you, or if if you felt disrespected in any way, I apologize. That wasn't my intention. I just remembered that person and remembered the scenario in which that happened, and it was funny, so that's why I mentioned it. But I apologize. So it was like I heard what I was in my mind. I was, man, the joke was cranking. It was on deck, ready to serve it up. And then I delivered it. But it was in poor taste. It was not appropriate. It just wasn't. And like I said, with me not really knowing how that person could have felt, that person could have had a moment and got pissed off. Like, damn, man, you just brought me down. You know what I'm saying? But I said, well, let me apologize and acknowledge what the fuck I did instead of just not saying nothing, saying, well, shit, maybe they might not really remember, might not trip. And they responded and said, man, no problem. I kind of figured that you didn't, because he knew that my intention wasn't to do that on purpose. And forgave it, and it's all good. But the thing was, I got corrected, and I immediately wanted to acknowledge and apologize. Acknowledgement is a part of an apology. For those of you who didn't know that, acknowledgement is a part of an apology. Just all I gotta say, just keep that in mind. Acknowledgement is a part of the apology. The responsibility and accountability, that all comes a part of it. When you acknowledge what you did and then you apologize for it. It ain't just saying, yeah, if I hurt your feelings, I'm sorry. That's disingenuous. If I said something that offended you, I'm sorry. That's like, okay, hey, I said something that I shouldn't have. And not knowing if I offended you or not, I still wanted to acknowledge that I did say something that was actually in poor taste. Even if you was cool with it, I didn't know that. But I wanted to apologize for it. May not have been a big deal, but it could have been. I still wanted to acknowledge it, want to take responsibility for it, and hey, I'm sorry. That goes a long way, as opposed to just saying what the hell you want to say and then just saying, yeah, well, shit, players fuck up. It's better, it's bigger than that. We as people, because that also plays into the respect and the courtesy, and it makes your apology truly genuine when you can acknowledge it.
And how you want it.
I don't want you to go my way.
Listen, and even if I said no, that's just no.
I know I can still have my feelings
You
on
sure
how
can,
I feel
but you don't
about
have to.
it.
You don't have to front me out loud in the airport.
I didn't front you
Yes,
out
you
loud.
did. You said, Rickey
oh my
Smiley,
God, I can't
ain't
believe
shit.
I'm having a disagreement with my number one person
No, I'm not.
that I watch your show.
And it's not necessarily a disagreement. It's like we hate to be corrected. We hate to be corrected. Sometimes you have to get offended to get better. Sometimes, that's one of the things my pastor always says. If I'm offending you to good works, count it all joy. It's good. If you offending me to good works, if you're going to say something that's going to offend me, but it's going to make me a better me, go right ahead. I'll live. I can get over it. But I'm also embracing the fact that it's going to make me better. Yes, it may hurt my feelings. Yes, it may hurt my ego, but it will get me to be a better person. I did a video when I first started doing videos on YouTube called Embracing Your Hammer. And what I said was, I was talking about a hammer, and I make this analogy a lot of times. I say, you take a hammer, right? A hammer can do two things. It can tear you down, and it can build you up. You can tear down a house with a hammer, and you can put a house together with a hammer, right? But it seems like with us as people, we don't want to get torn down to get built back up, the proper way. Sometimes you got wood that goes bad, wood that gets rotted, wood that gets split, and it's no good. And you have to rip it out and tear it out with a hammer. It's going to be some work, and in some cases, it can even hurt. But once you tear out the bad wood, now you turn that hammer around the other way, and now you can hammer in the nails for the good wood. It's that simple, but you have to be in a position to where you can embrace that hammer, where you can embrace that thing that's going to hurt a little bit, make you a little uncomfortable. You might have to, you might have to do that just so that you can learn the lesson and become a better person. Get the message. Don't be afraid to embrace your hammer.
I watch your grandson and your granddaughter. I follow.
Okay, look.
I am a serious fan.
Now look, put the email in your phone.
Okay.
Because I went live, because you was finna go live on me, so I go back live on y'all.
I'm not going live on you. I love you, Rickey.
Put the email in your phone.
Thank you.
Because you getting on my nerves. And then you dance the whole flight.
Because I'm scared to fly.
And then you don't supposed to stand up when the plane on the runway. The flight attendant had to tell you to
I'm
sit down.
nervous on flying.
You'll be all right.
That music helped me. I'm serious. You see, I'm nervous
I'm
on
going
flying.
through it today.
Okay, what's your email, Rickey?
I'm going to give you this email right here.
Go ahead, you can do it. Please say hi to Mom.
I am, if you chill out.
I am. You don't know how excited it was.
Here's my thing. And I'm going to say this in Rickey's defense. She was pissing me off. She was irritating me. So imagine what it's like for him and who he is as a celebrity And the thousands of times he's had to do things like this, and the fact that he just pile on, the fact that he just buried his sister, he been on an airplane for I don't know how long, and all he's probably trying to do is get home. I can tell you plenty of times where I've been gone, I've been out and about, and I just want to get home from a day of running errands and just be like, I just want to get back home. I'm tired. My son done got shot. I ain't come here to work. I just want to get back home. Imagine when you flying, especially flying for what you had to fly for to bury your sister. That's emotionally draining. That's emotion. So the emotions that you've gone through over this time that you've been gone and burying your sister. Imagine how taxing that is on the mind, and then you got to sit and argue with this bitch about the way you're going to do her a favor. And she ain't even trying to hear it. That would have pissed me off. I'd be like, you know what, ma'am? Fuck it. How about that? Facebook it, tweet it, do whatever. Because I'm going to do my live about it tomorrow and explain the whole goddamn thing. But you are just too much right now for me. I can't deal with it. And he would have been rightfully so and justified in doing that. And if somebody be like, nah, that was wrong. She was just a fan. Yeah, you may be just a fan, but he just a man. How about that? Sometimes, people, you have to step out of your shoes and not even put on the other person's, but just look at theirs and see what they got to go through. And sometimes you just may need to say, you know what? Even though this is what I want, just because I'm a fan, don't give me control and power over this man. It's that simple.
To see you on my number one fan. And I just wanted to make my cousin's day. That's why I fly from New York.
Now pay attention to that email that y'all see in there. Because that email says head crack.
But don't be fronting on me when somebody...
I'm not fronting
y'all
on you.
Y'all stop get mad at folks when people tell y'all no.
I was disappointed, not mad.
You'll be all right.
Huh?
Send an email to that.
Okay.
Send an email to that. And then he gonna send it to me, and I got you, okay?
I wanted to surprise him.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna send it back to you. You can still surprise him.
Okay,
huh?
You gonna say happy birthday?
I am. So you got to email me all the information.
Okay, you got me video?
Huh? No, I ain't gonna do you that.
No. You didn't even give me a hug?
Okay, you didn't ask for one because you was too busy cussing me out.
I wasn't cussing you out.
I
didn't curse you, Ricky.
Ma'am.
You can't say that. All right, Ricky.
Oh, yeah, she doing good. All right, baby, be good. I got you. She doing really good. Okay.
She still. He gave you the keys to the kingdom. Now, she don't know that ain't his email, but he told you, email me his name, email me the information, I got you. She's still saying it. His name is Woogie. His name is Man. His name is, just make sure you wish him a happy birthday. It's like, God damn, people. We get so caught up in what we want that we can't even take a second to say, well, maybe it ain't like that for this person.
Give me the information.
Because if she tell him this and he'd be like, all right, yeah, I got it. And then he wouldn't have never called, then she'd have been mad. I told you his name at the airport. He wants you to email him so he'll make sure that he got it and he got it right. So if he do the video, he won't be calling the person by their wrong name because you sent them the name.
I ain't gonna remember nothing you said 5 minutes from now.
Exactly.
I be having to have patience. I done argued with the lady. We done argued all the way from New York. The lady, she went live, so I went live. Nah, you ain't gonna go live. Woo, man, I did. It take patience, man. How you doing? I'm running. Finna go to bed. Hey, love you. What's up, man? How you? You good? Good seeing you.
There you go.
Ooh, boy. Let me tell y'all something. Boy. What's up, boy? You already know. Boy, that lady gave me a hell today, boy. That lady, Rickey Smiley. She walking through the airport. You should support Rickey Smiley. Because my cousin is dying of cancer and he won't make a video. I said, ma'am, give me your email, ma'am. I ain't finna make the video here in the airport. I'm trying to get home to my grandson.
Damn that. She just like he trying to get home, like he said to his grandson. Don't he have a right to do that? Shouldn't he be able to do that? It's like, come on. Now, could this video mean everything to her dying cousin? Probably. Could this be something for her cousin where her cousin will never forget it and he'll go on to glory with a bigger smile on his face because he got a message from Rickey Smiley? Absolutely. But with what you want, at what cost and what price does Rickey have to pay? How much does Rickey have to sacrifice of himself to not just appease your cousin, but to appease your ass? So not only do I got to make your cousin happy, but I got to make you happy in making your cousin happy, or I'm the worst motherfucker in the world and I don't need to be listened to, I don't need to be supported, and cancel Rickey Smiley. I don't get it, man. We have to just be, not have to be, we should be better people than that. Now, are there some asshole, just straight up, outright, bona fide dicks that are celebrities? Yes. Yes, absolutely. And they should be talked about and judged accordingly. But that's not the case here. You don't hear Rickey, you don't hear people talking shit about Rickey Smiley. You don't hear people talking about Rickey Smiley's reputation. Everything you hear about Rickey Smiley, for the most part, hey man, he a good guy. He funny as hell. Rickey is funny. I like Rickey Smiley myself. Funny as shit. But I'm just saying we should be more courteous to people, especially celebrities, because they are celebrities. I don't know. Head Crack is the dude that's on his radio show. That's one of his co-hosts. His name is Head Crack.
She showed out on the plane. The flight attendant had to tell her to sit down 2 times. She was drinking because she was nervous. And she was going to put me on. But I got a new secret. So whenever somebody want to put you on front with their phone, you get your phone. So what I do, I start filming them back. When they film me, I film their ass, film them right back.
And that's a shame that he got to do that, but I get it. Makes sense. Makes sense. It's like being out there in them streets. You gotta have the footage, man, because people will lie and they will get shit so twisted and get shit misconstrued. Just like that's one of the reasons why Tommy, he gotta record everything. Got to record everything, because if he didn't, Tommy would have got stole on in New York, got hit, punched in the face in New York. He would have jumped on the lady that hit his car, and he would have been done everything else they said he done did. They would have been like, "Yep, he did it." And you get it. And I'm telling you like this, and this is one of the reasons why y'all people that talk about Tommy, talking about all these people that be talking shit about him. Let me tell you something. Propaganda is real. If you tell a lie long enough, it will become the truth. Look at Santa Claus. Look at the Easter Bunny. You tell a lie long enough, it becomes the truth. People will believe it. People will say it's the truest thing, and they ain't shit you can tell them otherwise. Try to tell a kid it ain't no Santa Claus. Go tell a 4 or 5-year-old ain't no Santa Claus. They gonna be like, bullshit. So it's like you tell it long enough, it becomes the truth. And I'm gonna say this, Carlos, to a degree, in religion, there are certain things that have been misconstrued or just flat out told lies for years in religion. And people hear it and don't even think a second thought to say, hey, wait a minute now. That don't make sense. That don't make no sense at all. I remember a long time ago, and this was back in the bar. I was back in the bar. I was probably maybe in my early 30s. We was in a barbershop, and somebody said, man, the Bible has contradictions. It's contradictory. And it was a handful of guys that lost their mind. Man, that ain't true. Oh, man, the Bible ain't contradictory. I said, man, why would he say that? And I asked and I thought about it, I said, well, yeah, it is contradictory to a degree. There is contradiction in the Bible. It still don't mean that what the Bible is wrong, but there are things in it that could be contradictory. That could say, well, man, well, this is this and that is that. But you have to put it in the right context, because if you tell it out of the wrong context or tell it in the wrong context, it will not only seem as though it's a lie, but it will be definitely contradictory. Just like people say in the Bible, they say in the Bible, thou shalt not kill. Yeah, but there was wars in the Bible where people did die. God killed people. There was wars where people died. David killed people. Yes, in the right context, it makes sense. It's not saying that anybody that ever killed somebody, that's it. In certain instances, people die. In certain instances, people will murder. People will kill. Shouldn't be a common practice, is what the Bible says. You get mad at your brother, you shouldn't just kill him. Like these niggas in Chicago. Nigga on the wrong block, nigga dancing up on the wrong girl, he got to die. Nigga say something you don't like, he got to die. I don't like what Tommy say, somebody should kill him. All the things the DJ be talking about, somebody need to kill him too. That baby dead already. Same thing. Niggas talk about, yeah, that nigga Brian sound just like Tommy. Brian be doing stuff like Tommy. Brian, I should kill him. I don't like what they say. That's what's being meant by that. So you have to look at the context, and when you see things that are being taken out of context, you have to call it out. Do you realize that people call Tommy a pedophile because of a fucking joke on a video that's old as hell, 6-7 years ago? Do you realize that there is no footage of Tommy getting hit in the face in New York, but people are still saying that he got hit in the face in New York and they haven't seen it? They haven't seen it, but they'll say it, and what will they say? I heard. That's what I heard, though. All right, well, I hear that's what you heard, but that's not true. That didn't happen. Yeah, but it did happen, didn't it? What do you mean it did happen? You ain't seen it. I tell you that it didn't happen, but you still believe it. Tell a lie long enough, it'll become the truth. That's why you have to nip that shit in the bud. Somebody says something that's not true, and that's even in conversation. If I'm having a conversation with somebody and we having a disagreement or we having a heated debate and we exchanging, if you say something that's not true, I will cut you off and stop you. I'm not going, people always get that wrong. No, let me finish. No, stop. What you just said is not true. That's why I'm cutting you off. Oh, you gotta let me finish though. No, I'm not gonna let you finish with a lie. If you telling me something and you explaining your point of view, wonderful. I want to hear it. But if you say something that isn't true and I can factually prove that it's not true, I'm going to stop you. Because your argument that you're building it on top of a lie. The facts that you're stating that aren't facts, you're supporting your statement with lies. That's not how it goes. It's that simple.
Got loud, and then she was mad 1 minute and smiled the next minute. What kind of bipolar anger is this? But Birmingham Airport got this clear and this TSA pre-check. Our airport operates just like the airport in Chicago.
Shout out to that Chi-Town. All right. Now this other video I'm gonna play real quick. It's just basically his rebuttal to the situation, because people on the internet, of course, was mad at what he said, didn't like what he said, saying Rickey was wrong. He shouldn't have said it like that. He ain't had to be like that. So let's see what he had to say.
What up, y'all? So, y'all tripping. What up, Fred? All right, look. I'm in here.
Good wine.
Unpacking. Now. So I'm reading some of y'all comments. Some of y'all done got mad at the little situation at the airport, which really ain't no big deal. But I want to correct a couple of things. Now everybody going a little deep, a little too deep. I did, this wasn't well thought out. And see, everybody could say what I should have did to the lady or said to the lady. The lady, hey, Fish, you can get that coat, bruh. You can have anything you want. Everybody, well, some people upset. Most people think I handled the situation well. Really wasn't no big deal. The only reason I filmed the lady, because she was filming me. She was following behind me in the airport, filming me, saying, y'all need to stop supporting Rickey Smiley because he won't say happy birthday to my cousin that got cancer. Now the whole flight.
Now here's where the truth come in, to where how this was taken out of context, and how, not taken out of context, but how things that can get taken out of context can look wrong. But when you get the whole picture or the totality of the circumstances, you can see exactly why things went down the way they did.
She twerked on the plane, grinding in the seat. She was listening to her iPod, and she was grinding in the seat with her hands thrown up in the air the whole flight after a couple of drinks. So then when the plane landed, the plane on the runway, you don't supposed to get up. So she kept getting up, and the flight attendant had to tell the lady to sit down. Now everybody these folks want to come over here and tell me what I should have did. You don't know what you would have did until it happened to you when you in the middle of the situation. Now you sitting at home, be quiet, Mark Arsley, Roll Tide. And you sitting at home saying what you would have done, but you don't know what you would have done if it was happening. You know what I'm saying? Just like, oh man, why the quarterback take that sack? Maybe you saw the defensive end rushing from the outside, but the quarterback didn't see it, so you can't say what you would have did. Now, the lady wasn't no mean person. She just got a little. She was a little extra. She was a little loud. She said she was nervous from flying.
And see, and he's even coming back, and he is trying to be still diplomatic about the situation and giving her the benefit of the doubt. He could have gotten on here and really just trashed her and be like, yeah, I just came back from burying my sister, and this woman coming to me, and she did this to me, and she started going loud. He could have done that, but he didn't. Even still now, he's being reasonable and literally just trying to explain the situation and what his problem was with the situation, and explaining what he did and why he reacted the way that he did, which in my opinion was more than justified. More than justified.
I understand that. And I was being real nice to the lady. I had told the lady, asked me for a picture. I said, sure, I'll take a picture. But when she started acting up on the plane, and she was doing a little too much, when the plane landed, and she kept getting up or whatever, I was like, gone. So the lady that was sitting next to me on the plane got up. And that lady went to, got on off the plane. So the lady jumped up, and she sat in the seat next to me and cornered me. Wouldn't let me get out. I was trying to get out to get my bag where I can get out the plane. So she cornered me. I said, hey, I said, let me out. I said, please let me out. She said, no, my cousin got, I said, listen, ma'am, I said, ma'am, I said, ma'am, let me out.
Now, how do you think you got the right to not only approach this person and demand him to do something, but you blocking him in? You didn't ask, hey, you mind if I take a seat right here and talk to you for 2 seconds? Hey, can I get 30 seconds of your time? Can I get 2 minutes of your time? Hey, I know who you are, and I just need... No. You gonna come and sit down and block his way. He can't even get out. You're impeding his progress. You are blocking him from moving past you so that he can go do what he needs to do because you want what you want. How not just rude is that, but how do you expect for somebody to just give you what you want and to do it wholeheartedly and with thanksgiving, and you coming and approaching them that way without even asking the permission to be able to do so? Not even asking if it was okay to sit down. Not asking if it was okay to have a moment of that person's time. That's beyond inconsiderate. She was doing too damn much.
Not going to have a conversation about that. Well, I just want to let you know, my God. I said, ma'am, let me out. Whatever conversation we're going to have is not going to be on this plane. I've been on this plane for 2.5 hours. We even have nothing on the plane.
There you go.
Let me out. So I got my bag and I got off the plane. So then she want to stand there in the middle of a crowd and pull out a phone. And she want me to shoot a video saying happy birthday to her cousin that has stage 4 cancer. And what I said was, it's not going to happen in the middle of the airport.
Which is his all-out goddamn right to do and say. It ain't going to happen. I'm not about to dance, shuck and jive, soft shoe for your ass in the airport. This ain't that, ma'am. He should have every right to do it or not do it. And he damn sure should have every right as to if he decides to do it, when and where he does it. And because he didn't do what she wanted, he ain't shit. Don't support him. He a bad person. He don't do this. He don't do that. He don't do... There you go. You're automatically dragging him. Automatically saying he ain't shit. Because you don't do what I want you to do. You a deadbeat. You ain't shit. You a no good motherfucker. You all this other stuff.
So here's an email, and you write me the person's name and their information. And when I get home, cause I'll shoot the video, right? And after that, so she gets out her phone, and she is killing me, walking a few feet behind me in the airport. Y'all need to stop supporting Rickey Smiley. He wouldn't say happy birthday to my cousin, and my cousin is dying of cancer. Like it's my fault. Like I gave
exactly
your cousin cancer. And I didn't say no. I said, not right now. And she went on and on. So we ended up in baggage claim. So when I noticed that she was filming, she was finna make a video. So I pulled my damn phone out. I said, well, I'm gonna make a video too. We gonna go live. We all gonna be live. So now you wanna be live? Let's be live then. If we doing live, let's be live. So we were live. She was live. Then she stopped. And then I was live. And so somebody on the video, somebody left a comment and said, well, you talk to the lady like you talking to Grayson. Shit, she was acting like Grayson. I tried to talk to her.
Grayson is his grandson.
Plain, very nice.
He's like, maybe 3 or 4 years. He about 4. He about 4.
Like an adult. So you get mad at me because I said like I was talking to my grandson. She was acting like my grandson. She couldn't comprehend no. Not right. I didn't even say no. I said not right now. So I handled it with a smile. And yes, I disagree with you, lady. There are some moments that's a teachable moment. So if for the first time this lady didn't get what she wanted, when she wanted it, how she wanted it, that was a teachable moment for her within itself. And she would probably have more respect for no. And I didn't even say no. I said not right now, not here. And I do stuff like that all the time. But the lady was just a little nervous. She was sweet at the end. I gave her a hug or whatever. I wasn't mean to her, but when she started berating me and pulled out that damn phone and you finna go live on me, so I had to go live too. You know what I'm saying?
So it's like, and I think this is one of the biggest takeaways from this whole thing. Just because you being corrected, just because, and to use his words, just because this was a teachable moment for you, that don't mean that it's all bad and it's the end of the world and it's the worst thing ever to happen to you. Just because you get corrected don't mean that you a terrible person. It don't mean that you just simply just got called out and you just got, hey, let's right the ship. It ain't like you went all the way left. You just started to veer off a little bit. Let me get you back on the right path. That's all it is. Correction is not a bad thing. It should be something that we all should want, especially when we're wrong as shit. If you know somebody's wrong, if you know that they're doing something wrong and you can not only prove it, but you give them the correction so that they won't do it again, we should all embrace that. We should all want that. Tell me when I'm fucking up. Just don't tell me that I'm fucking up, but tell me I'm fucking up and show me the way to do it better. And if I agree with you, if it's factual, hey, it makes sense, I ain't tripping. I got you. I got you.
Man, so that's what it was. So it's all good. She happy. Soon as she sent me that damn email, I went in to give her my email address. I gave her a head crack email address.
You ain't shit for that.
I gave her a head crack email address, so I got to call her. I couldn't think of nothing else because I be head crack. Don't know I be using this email address every time I go to buy something. They say we need an email address. I give them head crack email. I been using head crack email address every time I buy something for about 13 years. Crack be like, Rick, you got some mail, man. You got some mail. So
ignorant as hell.
So it's all good. So I just handled the situation the best I could. Now, all you psychologists out there, ain't nobody sitting up there thinking about no psychology in the middle of a lady that got real loud and belligerent in the airport. I ain't thinking the deep stuff like you just sat at home and thought. You ain't in the middle of that situation with everybody around watching and looking and all that kind of stuff. So
right.
I thought I handled the situation the best way I could. I pretty much laughed it off. I'm on that CBD oil because if I wasn't on that, if where my oil at? If I wasn't, I got it right here in my backpack. If I wasn't on,
he ain't talking about no holy oil or nothing like that. He ain't talking about no blessed oil from the bishop. He talking about CBD oil.
I'll have cussed her ass out. But that oil, I'm on that CBD oil. Let me tell you something. If I wasn't on that other stuff, if I wasn't on
CBD oil stands for Christians be disrespectful. I'm just kidding. Yeah, buddy. But if I'm not mistaken, I think that CBD oil is supposed to give you like the effects of marijuana without the what's that shit called? The what is it called? Without the stuff that like that they can like detect in your like in your bloodstream and all that kind of stuff. That's what it's supposed to do. It's like gives you the effects of marijuana, or gives you that the mellowing out of marijuana, whatever. But you don't. The THC. There you go. Thank you, Athena. It doesn't have the THC in it, but you still get the effects of it, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. But that's what I thought it was. It's supposed to give you, so you can be cool and mellow and chill, but you don't have the THC part of it. So yeah. Yep, doesn't give you the THC. Okay, that's what I thought. I've never, used it or anything like that, but it's like supposed to be like everything that marijuana has in it. It's in an oil form, and you get the chill, you get the cool out, the high. Essentially, it doesn't take you there like smoking like straight up marijuana does. It just is supposed to like relax you, make feel good. And they got like different kinds, I thought too. Like some are like for cancer patients, like to help you for pain, or if you have like headaches or something like that, or chronic illnesses. I thought it like had different stuff that'll help you too. So correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not a CBD enthusiast. I don't know too much about it, and I'm not well versed in it, but I thought that's what it was supposed to do. It's supposed to keep you mellow, keep you calm, keep you cool, and it's supposed to help you medically and stuff too. So that's pretty much what it is. But that's pretty much what he talked about. That was pretty much the gist of it. I just wanted to I guess I just had a thing or a moment about just thinking about what celebrities actually go through, and how we are a lot of times not sensitive to that, or not even understanding of that, even in spite of there are a lot of times when celebrities are complete assholes and dicks. I get it. But we have to be able to see it from that person's perspective sometimes, just like in life. Sometimes we do things and we don't understand what people are going through, or what people are actually dealing with, on a mental perspective, or physical perspective. I mean, we just don't really understand it sometimes, to the point to where, we just want what we want. And that's the type of society that we've gotten ourselves into, and that we've grown into being. But that's still not the right thing, even though that's the way that it is now. So I hope that this, really points or sheds some light on it, and to really get us to thinking differently, because we do need to understand that, hey, you never know what somebody's going through. You never know what somebody's living situation is, what their physical situation is, what their mental situation is. You never know. So be respectful and be polite and be understanding. And when you do go too far, somebody does correct you, accept it. Accept it. And just be able to say, I get it. I didn't know that. I'm sorry. That wasn't my intention. That's all I'm saying. And I hope that this young lady, this old ass lady understands that, because she should definitely see that in the future. Just because you see somebody that you're really excited about, just because you see somebody that's that you're a fan of, that's wonderful, and that's not a bad thing. However, there are things in life called boundaries. There are things that's called space, personal space, that you don't necessarily have the right to invade, especially in inappropriate environments. Now, you at a celebrity event or a book signing or something like that, then it's expected to have an interaction or an engagement with that celebrity, or that writer, or whoever the person is. But on an airplane, in a bathroom, come on. And matter of fact, I think I'm gonna do a Brian's brain about this. But I don't understand why, especially with men, why you have conversations in the bathroom. My thing is, when it comes to man law in a bathroom, the only place you can have a conversation, or should have a conversation, is at the sink when you are both washing your hands. So I'm under the sink washing my hands. You come over to the sink, wash your hands. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? How's it going? Cool. Man, it's cold out there today, huh? Yeah, man, it's cold, man. Hey, did you see the Bears play yesterday? Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. Wash, dry off, or paper towel, boop, boop, boop. Wipe. Take what you wipe, grab the handle, toss it in the garbage, walk out. Now, if you, hey, man, I haven't seen you in a while. you talk outside. But next to a stall, in a toilet stall, or at a urinal, there is no conversation. Now, I don't know how ladies do it. And ladies, y'all let me know if y'all do it differently. But men, don't talk in the bathroom, at the urinals, or at the stalls. Even if you in the bathroom and you smell the worst shit possible, you discuss it outside. Because the more you talk inside, the more breathing you got to do. You got to keep smelling. I might be at the urinal holding my breath because I really got to piss, and I got to smell this dump that somebody took, and I'm pissing, holding my breath. And you at the urinal and want to talk to me about the shit. Whoo, man, somebody blew this place up, huh? Hey, man, I'm not about to answer you. And then if I do answer you, then now I'm got to smell more shit smell, or if I don't answer you, you gonna think I'm being bougie or something wrong with me, or I'm not being sociable. Bullshit. Men, we don't talk in the bathroom stalls, only at the sink or passing in and out the door. I'm going out, you coming in, hey, what's up, brother? I'm going out, you going in, hey, buddy, how's it going? I'm going out, you coming in, hey, howdy, man, how's it going? Good, man, good to see you. And that's if I know you. If I don't know you, I'm treating you like stranger danger. I don't want to talk to you at all. At most, you get a head nod. And that's at the sink. There is no conversation at the urinal. The only thing that a man can say in a stall, if I'm in a stall, is, hey, is there extra tissue in there? Because I'm out over here. That's it. That's it. Hey, man, I'm out of toilet tissue and didn't notice. Would you happen to have any Grey Poupon? Well, you don't want to say Grey Poupon because the motherfucker might wipe their ass and give you some gray. Here you go. Just had some 2 hours ago. That's nasty. But there is no conversation in the stalls unless it's in a toilet paper emergency. That's it. That's all. Man law has been stated and written into the books. Bathroom etiquette. Thank you. All right. Let me go ahead and get up out of here. I definitely enjoyed on tonight. Always try to use. Oh, there's something else. Okay. I just want to say thank you to everybody. I apologize for the technical difficulties. That damn XSplit. I looked at the settings before I went live and thought everything was good, but it was not. I didn't check my Windows settings and that screwed shit up. But I apologize for the technical difficulties. I will hopefully edit the beginning of the show so that none of that part without me talking is there. And I apologize for the radio issue. The video issue too. But hey, it's all a process. And y'all should be just as forgiving because y'all Christians, right? Right. There we go. We all Christians. There we go. Forgiveness is paramount. It's key. But I did just want to say that. Thank you guys so much. Let me go ahead and read off these donations real quick, and we're going to get on up out of here, and I will see y'all on tomorrow. Let's see here. Thank you for fighting through the sound issues. Sorry I didn't stick around. Much love and cyber hugs. Noli D and AJ. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hit your boy off with $2. That's $1 a piece. That's what's up. I appreciate it. Thank you. Let me see if there's anybody on the Young Cash App. And also shout out to Terrence B who hit me in the super chat. Thank you, sir. I saw that. Yes, sir. Appreciate that. Let's see here in the super chat. The super chat. Don't you worry about your friend. We take her home. All right, nothing in the PayPal. That was a PayPal I read, but nothing in the Cash App. But yeah, definitely I did see that. Terrence B, thank you so much for your donation in the super chat, sir. Appreciate it. Hey guys, it's always a pleasure. I truly appreciate this thing that we do together and the fact that you guys support the show. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Y'all have a good night. And remember, for the United Guns of America, it's always better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. And everybody over here in the relationship rehab, always remember, I hope that this helps somebody become a better version of themselves. I am Brian Redmond. This is the Relationship Rehab and the United Guns of America. Shout out to my brother DJ Just JOK, who gave me this awesome layout. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. And you guys have a great night, and I will see y'all on tomorrow. Peace, and